y'all doing? Y'all come on up in here. Let's get going. I know I'm running late. Work is work is work. Y'all, good evening to everybody. I am so sorry. I had to push back the time a few times. Y'all, so part of my job is I have to be on call when there's inclement weather. And I am on call. As a matter of fact, I have to work in the morning at like 11:30. It's remote. I still got to get up. So of course, you guys can just see like it's a little madhouse going on with work because of we're expecting to get some snow, ice, or something. Something's gonna happen this weekend with the weather, y'all, in Atlanta. Who knows? Oh Lord have mercy. So I am on call tomorrow, this whole weekend. Because work is work. But I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Y'all, if y'all hear some ruffling, it's me wiping down. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Lady Luck Club. It's Friday. We made it. Y'all, we made it. How many of you all are going to get snowed in? Anybody else expecting to get snow and ice? Am I the only one? Oh, get your groceries, get your milk, your bread, and your eggs and cereal. You know, all the things we still don't cook when we buy it. Oh, why is that a thing? You know, if you got bread, eggs, and milk and cereal, you good to go. I guess you can make like 3 good meals out of it. You can have cereal. You can scramble eggs. You can fry eggs with some toast. Make an egg sandwich. Drink some milk with it. I guess that's, quintessentials, they call it. And bottled water. Get you some bottled water. Yeah, so we're about to get hit with some real crazy weather this weekend. So you guys make sure you stock up on your goods, okay? Stock up on your goods. How y'all doing? What's going on, Francisco? Shout out to my mods, you all. I have the best mods on YouTube. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Y'all, it's something else. Wyoming gal, how you doing? Melinda, what's going on? Did anyone see the new DW video? Daily Wire just dropped tonight. Oh, we got a new video to watch. Hands down, best one ever. Okay, we're gonna check that out. Y'all. Daily Wire is doing their thing. Let's see here. Candace. We're not doing Candace tonight, y'all, but it's just funny to know that she's got that legal letter. She's so mad. Y'all, is Candace still pissed? Did she stream today? I don't think she went live today. Candace, you had it coming. You had to know that this was coming. And then she tried to double down on this thing yesterday. It was so funny. Oh, we'll watch that video, honey. Oh my God, what is a cease and desist letter? Y'all, this is something else. Oh my God, they going in on her. Y'all. Oh, Candace, you ought to feel like crap. Y'all ain't going in on Candace. We'll check it out before we get into Leah Remini and her interview she did with 2020. This is an older interview, but it's still kind of like that kickstart, like the fuel that ignited the flames of, attention being brought to Scientology. And then you have Jenna Miscavige, who's the niece of the current CEO or president or whatever he is, the leader, who, got out of Scientology, escaped Scientology, and was able to just come forward with her story, her tale. So we got some stuff to start watching, y'all. And Leah Remini sued the Church of Scientology. And so I was able to get my hands on the court documents. We'll pull that up and look at that as we go through these series. But it's something else. And I always tell you all, those court documents are so juicy sometimes. You just got to read them. Sometimes it's like the best nuggets are in those court docs. You'll be amazed at what you come across in that. So we'll check that out. He and his tiny horse, click, clock, click, clock. It popped up when I was driving, listening to it, dying laughing, had tears down my face. Melinda, oh, we got to see it. We got to see it. I hope y'all are good. Melinda's up in here. Shout out to you, honey. Caleb, like number one. What's going on? I hope y'all are okay. Saints up in here. Shout out to my moms. Yeah, I appreciate you all so much. I have no idea. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Oh my God, Cheryl's up in here, y'all. We got the oh my God, how's the baby? Y'all, we got a baby pic we gotta look at. Oh my God, the residential. Listen, this is our LLC baby. Where's my baby pic? I gotta pull it back up. Where's my baby pic? Oh no, where is it? Hold on. I gotta get my baby picture. Where is my baby picture? Oh no, where is it? Where is it? Oh, Cheryl, I'm gonna have to get it. Can you email it to me again? You gotta be kidding me. Y'all. I have the baby picture up. What is going on? None of my photos are up. I had a bunch of photos up. Yo, all these Candace photos I got being an alien. I don't understand. No. I need my baby picture. Yeah, she's so adorable. Little baby now, Naomi. I want my picture. I need the picture, girl. Please send it to me again. Yeah, I can't believe it. All my images I had in the background are gone. Like they just closed out. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I got your email. I got Amy email me. You guys are email. Thank y'all for the emails. I got to catch up on emails, y'all. And it's going to be a long weekend because of the weather and I'm on call. So y'all already know how it's going to be. So I got to check up on my emails. But I had that baby picture saved, y'all. The LLC baby is so adorable. She is absolutely gorgeous. Please send me that email again, Cheryl, if you can. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Once you all see it, your heart will melt. Your heart will melt. Oh my goodness. Y'all, somebody sent me a letter to Candace. You can't make this up. Oh, okay. I see screenshots of the letter they sent to her. Oh my God, this is epic. Candace, why don't you just post the whole letter? Why are you scared? I don't understand. Why are you scared, Candace? Post that letter up, girl. Yeah, we got some Scientology we're gonna be doing tonight. I don't have the baby picture. Please send it to me again, Cheryl. Y'all, that baby is so beautiful. We need a good laugh. Tracy, how you doing? Tracy said it's 9 degrees in Pittsburgh. Oh, that sounds painful. Oh, good Lord. John, that's not cold. That's a lot of cold. That's freezing. That's below freezing. What, 9 degrees? Oh, child, no. Melinda said it's -7 with the wind chill. What in the world? Y'all, that's bone chilling cold. That's what my grandma used to call it. God rest her soul. Bone chilling cold. That's the type of cold that makes your bones ache. Y'all, you can't make this up. -7? No one? Yes. What in the world? 9 degrees and -7? I can't even comprehend that. Y'all are in somebody said hour from Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Oh my God, y'all. That cold is ridiculous. Listen, I thought it was, man, for us to get like 20-degree weather in Georgia. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Y'all talking about negative numbers. We in the negative numbers. Good Lord. Ugh. Listen here, down here in Georgia, nothing works. You let it hit 20 degrees, -9 and -7 if you want to. Nobody's going anywhere. We're not going to work. Nobody's going to school. The kids at home. No one's going anywhere doing anything if it's 9 degrees in Georgia. There's one good thing I can say. We're not going anywhere. All the schools are shutting down because, see, this one year, we got hit with some snow and ice, and kids were stuck in school. And my youngest was like, what, a year or two old, maybe a year old. And people got stuck at school, teachers stuck at school, kids stuck at school, people stuck on buses because they didn't treat the roads. They just weren't prepared. Atlanta was not prepared for it. And they got so many lawsuits. So many lawsuits. So you can imagine now they're just kind of like on edge. Yeah, honey, we don't play that no more. I can't imagine my kids being stuck in the school. Child boo. Yeah, I can't imagine it. While I wait for that photo to come through of our residential baby. Because this baby is beautiful. We got to see the baby. We're gonna go ahead and pull up this video. I'm waiting for the email to come through, Cheryl Child. I'm waiting for it to come through, honey. Y'all, we're gonna pull this up. The Daily Wire is going in on Candace.
Hi.
Thumbs up. Y'all, they still own her podcast channel. She mad. Candace, you dumb clown. Why are you mad about this Friday night? And I know you watching, heifer. Why are you so mad? You said, sue me. I want subpoena power. Good luck to that subpoena power. Good luck to that subpoena power, heifer. And then next we'll check out Leah Remini's Scientology interview she did. Y'all, Scientology is something scary. Candace, you thought you were a cult leader. Girl. Girl, you ain't got that on the Scientology leader. Nothing at all. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're not even smart enough to keep up with something that bad. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. I just, man, anybody want to get out, just wave the white flag. We'll help you out. These cults are something else. But Candace, you about to learn. You done effed around, now you finding out. So we're here for it. We're going to laugh at Candace. Oh, they're finna talk about cease and desist letters. Let's get to it. Y'all put a one in the chat where you can see it here, and I'm gonna keep looking for that email of this baby. So beautiful. Oh, she's so big. Oh my God. I love babies. All right, let's get to it.
Hi, I'm a lawyer. Welcome to episode 19 of Law for All. This episode, we will cover cease and desist basics. A cease and desist letter is a formal written notice requesting someone stop an activity. The cease part means, hey, stop that. And the desist means don't do that anymore in the future starting now. In most cases, a cease and desist letter is not a court order. It is typically sent by an attorney and identifies the conduct at issue, the legal basis for the claim, and the requested action. For instance, off the top of my head, if a former company or corporation that you conducted business with asks you to stop making public insinuations, allegations, or dream interpretations of conspiracies to kill or cover up the killing of an employee, the correct way to ask them to stop would be through a cease and desist letter. Receiving a cease and desist letter does not necessarily establish liability. However, continuing the conduct, or double downing as we lawyers say, would be ill-advised, or as you laymen say, I know. Ya know?
Disclaimer, this is not legal advice. Always seek counsel from personal attorneys. Always blame interns for bad legal moves. Dreams are not admissible in court. Doubling downing may or may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman now addicted to collecting vintage Victorian dolls. This entire video has been about...
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, this is priceless. Candace, you dumb. Oh, Ben, we love you. You can't make this up. Y'all see these daggone horses? Oh, Lord. Oh, they just came in with all the tiny horses, y'all. It's like 8 of them. Oh, I can't breathe. Wait a minute, I gotta go back.
I know.
I know.
Ya know?
Disclaimer, this is not legal advice. Always seek counsel from personal attorneys. Always blame interns for bad legal moves. Dreams are not admissible in court. Doubling downing may or may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman now addicted to collecting vintage Victorian dolls. This entire video has been about self-induced...
Former bowling shoe salesman? I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman now. Oh, Lord, this is epic. Candace, will you become the laughing stock of the entire planet that you crash landed upon? Next time, you might want to think about invading Venus. Get your ass off our planet, girl. Oh, we will embarrass the hell out of you if nothing else. Yeah, it's like 60. Get these damn horses, y'all. Who has all these tiny horses? Y'all, if it's AI, I'm just stunned. If it's AI, these horses look real. I need real horses. Oh God, I can't breathe. Oh, hold on, let me take my breath. Oh. Tavares, I know because of reasons. Y'all, you see these horses, Tavares. Look at these mini horses. Candace, it's not My Little Pony either. You can't make this. Oh, Ben said, oh, F me and the little horse I rode in on. I got you. Yes. Y'all, let's find all the midget horses we can find. It's time for us to start responding. We're going to need all the midget horses we can get our hands on, okay? If it looks like a unicorn, bring it. Oh, my God. Yeah, somewhere over the rainbow, there's a midget horse farm. Oh, let me say this again. Hold on. And let me make the OG happy. Somewhere over the rainbow, a midget horse farm dwells. Oh man, and they're making babies. Y'all, what are these midget horses? They look like they triplets. You can't make this sound. Oh God. Oh, this is something else, y'all. Y'all look at these midget horses. Y'all can't make this stuff up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Twins.
Double downing, as we lawyers say, would be ill-advised. Or, as you laymen say, I know. You know?
Disclaimer, this is not legal advice. Always seek counsel from personal attorneys. Always blame interns for bad legal moves. Dreams are not admissible in court. Doubling downing may or may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman.
Is that always blame interns for legal moves? Y'all, the funny part is the way he said it's in the fine print. Why are you reading it so fast? Dreams are not invisible in court. Hold on. We'll go back. He said, no. Disclaimer, this is not legal advice. Always seek counsel from personal attorneys. Always blame interns for bad legal loops. Dreams are not invisible in court. Candace, you understand, judges have a sense of humor as well. Trust me, I know. I know, and I know, and I still know. It says, dreams definitely are not invisible in court. The judge would have a good laugh at that. We're like, wait a minute, hold on. You said your client had a dream that somebody that's deceased came and talked to that person, and you don't think they need a psyche val? Candace, the judge gonna think you crazy as hell. Literally. They're gonna have you ordered to a psyche val, girl. You know what's so crazy? She probably needs one either way. You just had to go full-blown stupid mode. This so-called, my visions are all my evidence that I need. F you and that tiny horse you rode on. You can't make this up. Candace, this is all your fault.
Always blame interns for bad legal moves. Dreams are not admissible in court. Doubling downing may or may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman now addicted to collecting vintage Victorian dolls. This entire video has been a bath salt-induced hallucination. Not legal advice. Again, not a real lawyer.
Other news today, actress.
Hi, I'm a lawyer. Double downing, as we lawyers say, would be ill-advised. Or, as you laymen say, I know. You know?
Disclaimer, this is not legal advice. Always seek counsel from personal attorneys. Always blame interns for bad legal moves. Dreams are not admissible in court. Doubling downing may or may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling shoe salesman.
Is that Double may not be a real term. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a former bowling
Now addicted to collecting vintage Victorian dolls.
former bowling shoe salesman. Now, now out here adding to collecting vintage Victorian
This entire video has been a bath salt
Victorian dolls. He collected Victorian dolls. This entire video
induced hallucination, not legal advice.
has been a battle and an induced hallucination. Candace. Oh, Lord. When you go to court and they're going to have to ask you, just sit down and explain this dream you think you've had in great detail. Your attorneys are going to be so embarrassed. They're like, Your Honor, if she has to go through her whole dream, we want to withdraw from this case. We're not doing this. They're going to be so mad. They're going to be telling Candace, do not go to court talking about you had a dream and a vision. If you do, we will quit on the spot. Do you understand me? Then she's going to go in there and think she's an attorney. It's going to be something else. I'm going to sign up to be one of the media press so that I can report on everything that happens in that courtroom. Candace, I'll be your worst nightmare, you dumb heifer. You can't make this up. She's going to be like, oh no, I had a nightmare. Lady Luck Club did a whole video on my court hearing today. Oh no. And I'll never get over it. Nope. Y'all be in that courtroom. I'm telling you, I will be in that courtroom via, Zoom. Because I don't live in Arizona. So it'll be a Zoom hearing. And I'll be right in that Zoom hearing, recording and taking down notes on everything. Okay. You let TPUSA sue Candace. I am going to be one of those media press listed on that court order. I'm not kidding. I will apply to do a press pass to be able to report on that court hearing. You know she's going to try to cover that up. Your Honor, my client is asking that everything is put under seal. Hell no, we're not putting it on seal. This is a lawsuit. Tell her to kick rocks. Yeah, tell her in this dream tonight, the judge is saying no. And Lady Luck Club will be doing video after video after video. It's going to be torture, Candace. Look at these tiny horses, y'all. One of them look like a billy goat. They're so cute.
Again, not a real lawyer.
Other dude.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, y'all. Watch out. Oh, Saint said she in the Arizona. Saint, we're going to be on that court order so we can report on that court hearing. It's going to be awesome. Oh, man, we're going to get press passes and everything. I'm getting it all. You can't make this up. Oh, man. All right, y'all. That was a full video. Oh, Candace. Oh, man, we're going to go in. We're going to make sure we report on every little thing that happens. Y'all, this is something else. Oh, shout out to the Daily Wire, y'all. Oh, I needed that laugh. I just needed that laugh. I needed to hear it.
Teaching.
Oh, my good Lord. Have mercy. Watch out. Candace, you ought to feel so stupid. You can't make this up. And she asked for it. She asked for it. I don't feel bad at all for laughing at her. Nope. Oh, man. Daily Wire was like, you know what? For all the time she sat here and threw our name out there, we'll just keep putting tiny horses in videos and keep laughing at Candace Owens. I am here for it. Y'all, shout out to you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button coming in. And I don't care if you're a Candace Cult member. I don't care if you're a candy ass. I don't care. At some point, you're going to start laughing at Candace as well. At some point, because she doesn't pay your bills. You'll realize how funny she was the entire time. 20 years down the line, we'll all be having a good laugh at Candace Owens. Candace. Girl, if you don't blix it, you're behind off of our planet. You better. You know, shit. She's going to leave if they sue her. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Then it'll be like, where's Candace Owens? Then we'll have to start searching the galaxy. Space Force will have to go out, go find her to serve her a summons so she can come to court. We'll find her on Mars, seething. Why are you here? You're supposed to be on Earth. You got court tomorrow. You need to come on. Girl, bring her behind the court. As long as she comes to court, I don't care. You're in the desert. Oh, y'all. All right, y'all. Saying, are you escaping the cold weather that's happening over here on the eastern border? You're in Arizona. What's the weather in Arizona? I'm just curious. I'm gonna be so jealous. So it was like, what's 9 degrees? Y'all, my mom is living good over there. What's going on, Okamo? How you doing? Yeah, shout out to Okamo TV. Fantastic content creator. How cold is it up there, Okamo? Saints, like, I'm in Arizona. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. It's hot over here. It's hot where? You good? Where are you? Yo, what? Why is everyone hot? What do you mean? Where are you, bro? It's Virginia, it's 42. What? Muffin as is. Oh my God, y'all. This is something else. What's going on? S5, how you doing, honey? Yeah, listen, y'all stay safe and warm. I got to work this weekend. I'm on call because the weather. It's so crazy. Oh my God, the fine brain is even funny. I'm crying. Can't tell you. Y'all, he gave that whole disclaimer. That was something else. I love it. Keep it up, Ben. You're doing well, buddy. You're doing well. Y'all, this is Surviving Scientology. Okay. They posted up the interview that Leah Remini did. Y'all, it's something else. Okay. It is something else. The stories I've heard so far, I've seen a couple videos, like Tommy G has done a video exposing Scientology and was able to watch that and even clip some of the videos on my second channel, Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea. And then just in researching, shout out to Cheryl. She's been sending me links. Cheryl is excited, y'all. And we are here for it. About Scientology. It's something else. And they're in is it Tampa? Where are they? Yeah, where are they? They're in Tampa. They're in is it Pensacola? In Florida. And it's like they have their own law enforcement and everything. Tommy G had the police called on him when he went down to do, an in-person type interview, trying to talk to people there. Of course, they got security and all of that. They don't like it when people try to come on their property, try to talk to people, try to get people to understand how bad it is. It's crazy. So it's one of those things where it's like people need to know what's going on. This affects people's lives, livelihood, emotional, mental, psychological, even spiritual distress that this cult has caused, because it's a cult, has been insurmountable. And you have people that have had to go to counseling and therapy and be deprogrammed and everything from Scientology. So I said we was going to start looking into this, and we have to. And then that way, we can recognize some of the signs. That's why I can call Candace a cult leader, because it's not hard to see the signs. When you're researching and reporting on cults in general, and then some of the most dangerous and egregious of them all, it's not hard to see Candace being a cult leader. It's not hard to see that at all. And it's primarily all on social media for her. So, Candace, they're going to sue you at TPUSA. Your cult members can get mad all they want. The only thing they're going to do probably is pay your attorney's fees, and then they're going to get sick of doing that. Once you've milked them dry, then they're going to realize this is a dumb cult. You've proved nothing, and you still can't tell them who the shooter is, allegedly, that assassinated Charlie Kirk, because they never ever prove anything. Most times, cult leaders aren't really smart or intelligent. They're just crafty liars that seem to get away with a lot. That's it. They think law's supposed to bend around them as well as the sun. That's not how that works. And then when they start realizing there's a price to pay for all this nonsense and buffoonery, then that's when they want to sit here and cry foul and cry the victim. Nope. Again, it's coming down the pipeline. And it's starting to come down the pipeline for Scientology. Not as hard as many of us want, but it's coming down the pipe. And so Leah Remini is kind of like the one that kicked it off, and helped to kind of see what's really going on and get that exposure out there. And then I didn't know so many celebrities in this. So we're going to check out her interview she did. So before we get started on that, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys engage in the chat. Yes, we're going to have probably some new spectators come through because, like I said, Scientology is a cult and there are a lot of people who are in it. And you'll be surprised how many people will go and defend it, even though it doesn't pay their rent. So just don't be surprised when people start coming in and dropping weird comments. If it gets crazy, mods, you all know what to do. And they're only going to say once. Be respectful in the chat. Thank y'all so much. Y'all ready? Put a 1 in the chat. Cheryl says Operation Snow White, initiated by Scientology, was the biggest RICO infiltration into the U.S. government. What? We have so much to learn, y'all. We have so much to learn. I think you guys are going to be taken aback reading the lawsuit that Leah Remini filed. You're definitely going to be taken aback. So, of all the interviews she's done, this lawsuit is an eye-opener. It is an eye-opener. And it does kind of speak to some of the RICO nature of what goes on with the money and the way they handle young kids and products, all kinds of things. You be surprised. So yes, best way for that explosion to happen is we got to talk about it, and we're about to. So put a 1 in the chat. We're ready to get started. When you can see in here, let's go.
The question that I'm asked, and is both understandable and insulting, is how does somebody like you get into some crazy crap like this?
And tonight, she answers. TV star Leah Remini on how she went from one of Scientology's most ardent defenders
Without any Scientology organization, things are not going to change on this planet.
to its most famous defector to go public.
Actress Leah Remini.
She's leading the Church of
Scientology. She just quit.
Like the tough-talking character she played on the long-running TV series King of Queens.
Shut up. Shut up.
She's now sounding off, even about the church's most famous member, Tom Cruise.
I don't think he's becoming a Scientologist, jumping on couches. What the hell is this guy doing?
Tracing her beginnings in the controversial New Age religion she was brought into as a child.
Everybody who gets into Scientology gets into it because they believe they are doing good things for people.
How she landed in the church's celebrity center, populated with stars like Kirstie Alley and John Travolta.
Do you read or listen to everything here?
Yes.
To her growing disenchantment with its teachings as an adult.
When I read that, I said, this is some crazy.
But you stayed in the church and kept moving your way up the bridge.
And the beginning of the end at Tom Cruise's wedding, written up that she had ruined it.
Basically, they were just trying to get me to recant what I said, to apologize for ruining the wedding of the century.
Tonight, taking on her toughest critics.
You decide to blanket statement that Scientology is evil. You are my enemy.
And what the fear of leaving cost her emotionally.
You are giving up everything you have ever known and everything you have worked for your whole life.
Troublemaker.
Good evening. I'm David Muir.
And I'm Elizabeth Vargas. What an interview you're about to see with a book title that speaks volumes. Leah Remini's Troublemaker, Surviving Hollywood and Scientology. Her explosive new memoir about her 30-plus years in that controversial religion.
She's already setting off shockwaves on social media, church officials saying she's rewriting history, making up stories to sell this new book. Tonight.
Yo, what draws so many celebrities into this? Was that Kirstie Alley? How did they get so many celebrities? What is going on in this cult? They must be giving each other money. How did they get so many celebrities to sign up for this? That is so crazy. Francisca said they have a London base in West London. Are you kidding me? Goodness gracious. They got a lot of money flowing through this. I know, right? The celebrities are it's so crazy how they got so many celebrities. I couldn't believe it. I just saw Christy Allen on screen. Oh my God. See, I like that movie she did with the babies with John Travolta, and he's one of them. Oh my God, it's like they recruit each other.
What very few people outside the church ever get to see. Here's Dan Harris with the one-on-one.
At 2:30 this past Tuesday afternoon, members of the Church of Scientology arrived in the lobby here at ABC News, hand-delivering this package containing all kinds of damning statements about Leah Remini. But it may surprise you that Leah is already making many of those same statements in her new book. You say, I am an apostate. I have lied. I have cheated. You then go on to admit that you've been selfish, that you've physically threatened people and been a horrible wife and mother.
Correct. I know what my former church, how they deal with people who tell their story. And so I wanted to be the one to say it.
So you felt if you didn't say this stuff, the church was going to say it for you.
Correct.
The church calls her a liar, self-absorbed, rude, and embarrassing. But before you decide, listen to Leah's side of the story. The story that begins far from the 10,000 square foot LA mansion Remini now occupies. In the place 3,000 miles away, she used to call home. The tight-knit Italian. Leah like as a little kid.
She was wild. She was very funny. She made me laugh. Always theatrical.
What kind of kid were you?
I think I was a pain in the ass kid. I always felt like I was kind of an outsider because I didn't have the right things. I didn't have a Cadillac. I didn't have, plastic on my furniture. That was the right way to be if you were Italian.
At age 7, a seismic change in Leah's life. Her parents divorced, and her mom, Vicky, searching for meaning, got deeply into Scientology, the religion founded by the science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard.
When you know the basics of the human existence and so forth, you could apply them in almost any sphere.
In your understanding, what is the goal and the promise of Scientology?
To free mankind, to make a sane world.
Vicky was working.
That's the movie. Look Who's Talking. 1 and 2. They did 2 movies together with the babies. So John Travolta brought in Christy Allen. How long has John Travolta been in this? Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. And then there's a rumor that he's like into men as well. Do they allow that? Can't make this up. Oh my
working
God.
At Scientology's building in Times Square.
She was never home, really, at the church from morning, noon, and night.
It changed the dynamic of our lives, needless to say.
What was told to me was, look at what you're doing for the world. This is more important than your family.
Did you believe that?
Yeah, I'm benefiting the planet by doing this. It'll help my kids in the long run.
Eventually, Vicky decided to bring her daughters, Leah and Nicole, in, and they started studying Hubbard's teachings and practices and learning his unique terminology.
You learn how to apply the techniques of Scientology to yourself and others.
So for a kid who was always looking around, comparing herself to other people,
Yeah.
to be part of a faith where you had a mission to save
the planet,
save
the planet.
That must have been a big deal.
Yes, and because Scientologists view children as spiritual beings, you're not treated as a kid. So you're given a lot of responsibility. Your ego becomes extremely inflated.
When Leah was a teenager, her mom, Vicky, decided to enroll her in the Sea Org, the pious, uniformed, full-time religious order of the church, and moved the family down to the church's spiritual headquarters in Clearwater, Florida, known as the Flag Land Base.
Those people are all Sea Org members.
Mike Rinder was once the spokesman for the Church of Scientology. That's him in the 2020 report from back in 1998, praising L. Ron Hubbard.
A man comes along who changes the course of history.
Now he's a very public critic who the church derides as a liar, a bitter apostate, and a professional anti-Scientologist. He says this is what today's Sea Org looks like.
They are the people who have dedicated their entire lives to Scientology, who live in communal church facilities, eat in church facilities.
They provide room and board, and you work there and you sign a billion-year contract.
A billion-year contract.
Correct.
And you, as a child, signed this contract.
Correct.
Wait a minute.
Here it is in writing. Scientologists believe in reincarnation, and Sea Org members are...
A billion-year contract? So you want to get out? Well, you got to pay up money to get out? What the hell? $1 billion. One of y'all said that, and I thought it was a joke. I was like, they don't make it sign $1 billion-year contract. $1 billion-year contract. Oh my goodness. So they want to take possession of your soul. You can't make this up. Y'all. Yeah, it's oh my goodness gracious. $1 billion-year contract. What's going on, man? And how you doing? We learning about Scientology and how they make people sign $1 billion-year contract. They want to buy your soul as if they own it for all of eternity. Didn't Jesus pay it all? You can't make this up. They're literally making people sign this contract. You can't make this up. This is crazy.
Expected to keep working every time they come back.
It was very militant for us kids. You're running everywhere. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am.
That's Leah and her sister Nicole in their Sea Org uniforms. Those smiles notwithstanding, they say they were housed in a rundown former motel and that the novelty wore off quickly.
You live in roach-infested dorms with other children.
Disgusting, roach-infested, curtains falling off the window.
And Leah says learning to save the planet first involved long hours and serious labor.
It could go from working in a laundry room to working industrial sanders.
Industrial sanders?
Mm-hmm.
They were resources. They were used to do things. She was a room cleaner. That would have been where she was cleaning the rooms.
And Leah says for her, joining the Sea Org meant leaving traditional school in 8th grade and immersing herself in Scientology study.
It's more your education in Scientology is pressed upon. You're learning how to learn Scientology.
Leah may have been proving herself through hard work, but there were other things preventing her rise in the Sea Org ranks.
Yep. I would try to start a mutiny because
it's child labor. They make each other raise each other. They make kids raise other babies. That I do remember. They make each other. They have these teenagers taking care of the younger, smaller kids. And y'all heard her say they was living in roach infested, motels and communes and stuff. Unbelievable. But yet someone has to sign $1 billion-year contract and they can't even get a reasonable housing. Roach infested. That's so gross. Why is it Sea Org? Is it because they're near the water in Florida? I mean, or did they move there because of that? Yes, they do believe in an alien origin of some sort. Y'all, it's crazy. I'm gonna pull it up.
I felt we deserved better rooms. Although there was food there, it didn't taste like food, and you had to get it at a certain time.
Oh my God.
I had to fight to eat a hamburger.
Leah says things came to a head when she and Nicole were brought up on ethics charges for their involvement with boys.
I allowed my boyfriend at the time, who was like my first boyfriend, to go like this over my shirt.
And that was enough to get you.
And that was light. That was very light. It wasn't like real. It wasn't a real grab down. Like
very hard to have this discussion with a straight face. But we're laughing about this, but the people in Scientology were not laughing about it.
No, I wasn't laughing at it either at the time.
They have ships.
It was a serious violation, and Leah says the church.
So it's like their own government inside of our government. Are you serious? How do they get to function like this? They have their own navy inside of our country. What? And as opposed to the U.S. government saying, nope, we refuse to have any group or cult. They're going to function as a government inside of our government. They get cozy up with them. They allow them to lobby them. Yeah, it's the craziest thing ever. As if our sovereignty is something to be played with. Yeah, no. They allow a cult to cozy up with them and lobby to them. That's why it's like they have their own police force in Florida. And the police are afraid of Scientology in Florida. This is where Tommy G went to the base in Clearwater. And they called the police on him. And the police were scared to go on their property to try to find out what's going on. You can't make this up. Tommy G is like, what are you all scared of? Y'all got guns. Like, they were afraid to go near the building. I'm sitting here like, what are we doing? We have a whole military. Come to find out now, it sounds like they have their own. Y'all, that's insane.
Officers threatened to put her and her sister into what's called the Rehabilitation Project Force, a place for Scientologists who step out of line.
When you have screwed up royally in the Sea Org, it's basically to reform you. You have to wear black. You have to run everywhere you go. You have to call everyone sir. It's pretty severe punishment for an adult, not to mention a child.
And I said, this is not going to happen. To be honest, I said, this is not going to happen.
The church says children are no longer admitted into the Sea Org, but that back when Leah was a member, the living conditions conformed to state health codes. The church also says that Leah was dismissed for her inability to maintain the ethical standards related to fraternization. They say Leah petitioned to stay, but failed. Either way, a year into those billion-year contracts, it was over. When we come back, how did a Sea Org reject, a failed member of the cleaning crew, soon pop up on some of the most iconic TV shows of the era?
Took a knife and he tried to murder me.
Did this Scientology machine help make Leah a star?
That's crazy.
2020 continues with Dan Harris.
Smack in the middle of East Hollywood looms one of Scientology's most iconic buildings, the aptly named Big Blue. It was here, in a gritty neighborhood nearby, that Leah Remini and her family came to live in the mid-1980s, after a disastrous tour of duty in Florida with Scientology's religious order, the Sea Org.
There was a big Scientology community there, and we slept on someone's floor. We had nothing.
Despite the fact that she thought her daughters had been threatened with overly harsh punishment for their misbehavior, Leah's mother, Vicky, did decide to keep the family deeply involved in Scientology.
Why didn't you say to yourself, I don't want to be part of an organization that would put kids in this position?
Never even thought about that.
So you thought this was a failure of specific individuals?
Exactly right. Exactly.
Now in LA, Leah threw herself into the practice and study of Scientology.
So I take it they never get investigated for, putting their hands on somebody else's kids. Like they have yet to be shut down for that. My grandmother, as much as she kept me in church, child, she only had to say one time to one woman, if you ever put your hands on my grandchild, I will break you down into many, many parts. And you will be looking at yourself just through your eyeballs and nothing else. Y'all, she told this lady she would beat her up basically in church. If you can believe it, I couldn't believe it. I was so proud of my grandmama in that moment. She said, if you ever put your hands on my grandchild, I will break you down into many parts. Oh my God, it was epic. I cannot imagine someone trying to discipline me in church where you want me to sign a billion-year contract because, reasons. I'm sorry, we believe in aliens. You're not putting your hands on me. I'd rather a Martian put their hands on me. Like, seriously. If we're going to be in this, I want to see something come from another planet. Yeah, this is sad. These kids have to raise other kids. Why are you trying to put your hands on them and discipline them? It's like they're the parent. What are we doing? Oh, so many things wrong with this stupid cult. Oh,
known as moving up the bridge to total freedom.
What do you get as you move up the levels?
Well, it promotes that you're getting to higher levels of awareness as a spiritual being.
These are the courses.
Yeah, these are the courses, and these are
moving up the bridge involves taking a series of courses and also participating in auditing, a sort of counseling that employs a device known as an e-meter.
This is just a flow of energy that's coming from the meter through you back to the meter. But once a thought comes in, that picture that you have, and is registering on the meter.
Leah recently gave me a small taste of what she says an auditing session is like.
You'd be asking me questions.
I would ask you questions, and based on what's happening here, would I let you get away with it or not? Do you see what I'm saying?
Through the questions, the answers, and the readings on the needles, the process promises to release your negative emotions.
So this is a way for me to get rid of trauma that's dogging me psychologically.
Right.
Back in the mid-1980s, Leah says she was going through these types of sessions almost daily, which meant she had to earn money because moving up the bridge is not free.
So you have to pay for these classes?
Dan, are you with me right now?
How much do they cost?
Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout your Scientology career.
It's at this point that Leah decides to pursue a new and more lucrative career than the waitressing and secretarial gigs she'd been holding down: acting. She felt she had a propensity for comedy, which we saw firsthand in our interview.
Look at me, I'm Dan, I'm serious. Look at me.
As she began the process of auditioning, she says her experience in Scientology played an important role.
How helpful was Scientology in terms of getting your acting career started?
There's tools that are very, very helpful to you in your life, to you as an actor.
You're referring to clear communication, doggedness, persistence. That's what you draw upon.
Correct. So I walked into a room where some people might feel, cower in front of a casting director. I wasn't, so.
But it didn't come that easily.
So when did you get your first big role? How long did that take?
Well, an excruciating year. I mean, for most, that's like so crazy. I mean, but for me, it was like, how long does this take,
Which was what?
Living Dolls. And I thought I had made it.
Done.
I was like thinking, I'm going to buy my mother a plane. I'm like, how do celebrities live? I wanted to buy a house.
But the show didn't last.
The show didn't last, Dan. Thank you for pointing that out. It got canceled.
Over the ensuing years, Leah did hundreds of auditions, and she landed many small roles along the way. Remember Stacey Carosi on Saved by the Bell?
Are you two guys fighting again?
What we do best.
She also got guest roles on huge shows like Cheers.
You're pregnant.
Carla, that is a rude and unfair thing to say.
I am pregnant.
And NYPD Blue.
What led up to him stabbing you? Okay, see, what led up to it was we had a fight. He took a knife and he tried to murder me.
She also scored some leading roles in a few sitcoms like Fired Up, and the church was taking notice. Here, Leah is featured on the cover of Scientology's official celebrity magazine. Meanwhile, during this time, a major off-screen development.
They kicked her out the cult just to put her on the cover of the magazine of the cult. The moment she started doing shows and movies. When did John Travolta join this cult? Because wasn't that Christy Allen doing Cheers? Yeah, this is something else. Why is so many celebrities in this cult in Hollywood? I don't understand this at all.
Leah met the love of her life, a man named Angelo Pagan, who she dubbed the Cuban Frank Sinatra.
He just walked in and started singing. And he just caught my attention.
I was on stage, and she caught my eye. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait till my set is over.
Angelo fell so hard for Leah that he not only left his wife, but also dove headlong into Scientology.
Had she been into Kabbalah or a Buddhist, I would have done anything. Muslim, hey, give me the Quran, let's go. Baby, if it's working for you, I'm in.
Through Angelo, Leah made some A-list friends, Jennifer Lopez and her then husband, Mark Anthony. And shortly thereafter, Leah got the call that would change her career and offered to audition for a new show called The King of Queens.
Please try and be nice to Marie.
I am trying. If I weren't trying, she would have a fork sticking out of her neck.
The role of Carrie Heffernan, the tough-talking, wisecracking wife of Kevin James's everyman Doug.
Shut up! Shut up!
Turned out to be a sitcom match made in heaven. After years of struggling, the self-described troublemaker from Bensonhurst had finally made it. She had a genuine hit on her hands.
We'd be walking down the street and people would stare at her and they go, Leah. And it was like, oh my God, people love her.
Coming up, Leah's about to learn what life is like for celebrity Scientologists as she comes into the orbit of Tom Cruise.
What the hell is this guy doing? He just needs to be an actor. Like, he needs to, okay?
And how it all started to go wrong at the Tom Cruise Katie Holmes wedding. Stay with us.
We return to 2020 and more of Leah Remini.
I'm going to get there first.
After years of struggle, Leah Remini had finally become a bona fide celebrity, a star on the hit show, The King of Queens. The new role gave her a new identity, fame, money, and increased prominence in the church that had dominated her life since age 8.
Why is the church so focused on celebrities?
Because this is how you are promoting your religion.
Celebrities are treated very differently depending upon how prominent they are. The Leah Reminis and the Kirstie Alley and the John Travolta, and then ultimately to the Tom Cruise. It's a very different Scientology world.
In fact, Famous Scientologists have their own building in LA, not Big Blue, but this elegant chateau, the Celebrity Center.
Celebrity Center is my second home, and there's not a person here that I can't go to when I'm having a problem in my life or I'm...
Leah was now appearing in Scientology videos, and she says rubbing shoulders with this man.
How much must one do to call themselves a Scientologist?
The powerful head of the church, David Miscavige. She says she socialized with Miscavige and his wife, Shelley, exchanging gifts and...
That is a good question. Where is David Miscavige at? David and Michelle, right? Because the niece got out. Thank goodness. Jenna Miscavige, she got out. Where's David and Michelle Miscavige? Wasn't Jenna Miscavige looking for her aunt? Is she still MIA? Y'all, this is crazy. Scientology, yes. As long as they keep calling themselves a church, they get to be tax exempt. That's how crooked it is. And now they're missing someone. Y'all, that's insane. Oh my God.
Holiday cards.
What is it like to meet with David Miscavige? What is he like as a person?
He's very, charismatic. He's very powerful. He's likable.
Life was moving quickly for Leah. She and Angelo got married, a ceremony captured by VH1.
I'm finally certain that you're not marrying me for my money.
She landed a role in the hit movie Old School.
Hey, Frank. Looks like it's a little cold out there, huh?
And then the couple had a baby girl. Although Leah admits that in the delivery room, she deviated from L. Ron Hubbard's expressed preference for drug-free birth.
I was going to attempt to do it, for my church, but, when you start feeling a baby coming out of your vagina, if there was a rock, I would have hit myself over the head with it. So I got that epidural as quickly as possible.
That same year, Leah says she made an important new friend through the church, the world's most famous Scientologist, Tom Cruise, who declined to comment for this report.
I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something that you have to earn. And because Scientologist does, he or she has the ability to create new and better realities and improve conditions.
What were your impressions of him?
At first, it's very effusive. It's very loving. You get the laser in on you, and you're the most important thing that ever happened. It's what are you doing and how you doing? And yeah, great.
Leah says her exposure to Cruise, this is them hugging at a movie premiere, opened her eyes to his vast influence within the church. An influence she says was exemplified by a call she got one night from a church official.
Tom wants you to come over and teach him salsa dancing.
She says two high-ranking Scientology officials were there with Tom at his home, and so was his new girlfriend, Katie Holmes.
He was forcibly kissing Katie. I said, hey, get a freaking room. And I was written up for that. And I had to go into session for it.
That's right. She says one of those officials essentially tattled on her. Remini says it's a common practice. Church members regularly write what are called knowledge reports on one another for breaking rules. She says the accused then have to answer those allegations in auditing sessions.
Wait, what?
Does it create an atmosphere of mistrust?
You can assume.
Y'all, these auditing sessions are something else. It's like an auditing and training to audit are two primary activities in Scientology organization are outlined in a structured progression chart called the Bridge to Total Freedom, with the two main achievement levels being the status of clear, the goal of the original Dianetics, am I saying that right? And operating Thetan, Scientology's version of spiritual freedom. Fees are charged for auditing and training. They charged them to be audited after being written up. What is it? Am I saying? You can't make this up. So, shout out to all the badasses out there that had natural birth, honey. Melinda, I see you, girl. I had to have C-sections. So let me tell you something. I wanted them to put me all the way to sleep. They was like, we'll just go ahead and give you an epidural and, do the C-sections. The babies just weren't coming out. And I was like, can y'all just put me all the way to sleep? They said, well, if we do that, then the father can't be in the OR. What is he missing? Yeah, he got so mad. I didn't care. I was like, why do I have to be awake? Just tell me that. Just give me the two hour. How long would this last? They was like, oh, there'd be no more than 30 minutes. Wait, we can't have, I thought this would be like an hour too long. They said, no, it'd be like 30 minutes. That's it. And I can't be asleep that whole time. They said, we don't want to put you to sleep because We want the other parent to be in the room. And I was like, what? So what? He's got 18 years. Like, just let me take this nap. They did not want to put me to sleep, y'all. So shout out to those who did it natural. Honey, listen. I begged them to put me to sleep. I was like, I don't need to be awake for any of this. And then when the babies came out, it was like, oh my God, it's so sweet. But yeah, no, I didn't need to be awake for that. They wrote her up for saying get a room. They got mad because she wanted an epidural. Are you understanding this? I can't believe this. Didn't she get rejected at the cult? And in the moment she goes to Hollywood, they're like, oh, welcome back. You can't make this up. Am I hearing this wrong? This is crazy.
If you say something that is critical to the church, you will be written up. Husband, wife, mother, daughter. It's what the group does to regulate itself.
Leah admits to writing knowledge reports herself frequently.
So did you ever write up a report on your husband?
Hell yeah. I wrote Angela up all the time.
Leah says she continued to hang out with Cruz, but did not hesitate to speak up when she thought he was damaging the church in the public view.
I'm saying I don't think he's becoming a Scientologist, jumping on couches and attacking Matt Lauer.
Not against her will, though. This wasn't against your question. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
And attacking Brooke Shields.
The thing that I'm saying about Brooke is that there's misinformation.
What the hell is this guy doing? We need to rein it in. We need to stop all this. And he just needs to be an actor. Like he needs to, okay? I was immediately dealt with.
How?
Immediately. The only reason you're saying these things is because you have your own transgressions. So you then become guilty. Being critical of Tom Cruise is being critical of Scientology itself. You are a person who is anti the aims and goals of Scientology. You are evil.
Remini says she became increasingly dismayed by the fawning attention church officials heaped upon the A-lister, who was extremely close with the head of Scientology, David Miscavige.
I would refer to him even in my own sessions. I was like, you're doing this for free.
So Tom Cruise is the alien himself. I'm convinced. I never liked him since, he got married because he was mistreating Katie Holmes so bad. He had her feeling like she was a prisoner. There's all kinds of weird stuff. You see him in movies making alcoholic drinks and sliding around in his underwear with sunglasses and a shirt on. You're like, oh, this guy's cool. And then you find out you're sitting here making his wife do all kinds of crazy things and not letting her go out the house when she wants to. She's got to have a plan of escape to get away from him. Okay, now you're being a full-blown alien. Who needs your ass whooped? Like Tom Cruise needs his ass whooped, for real. This is unbelievable. See, Tom Cruise, I get to say all these things because you don't pay my bills. I owe you nothing. You can't make this up. It's horrible.
An actor? Like it was so beneath what was truly important. He's just an actor.
But despite all that, she says she was genuinely excited when one day in 2006, Cruz invited her to his wedding with Katie Holmes at this grand Italian castle. An invitation that she says came with a twist.
And he asked you to invite
Jennifer and Mark. But the church was really the one who invited them.
The church.
On Tom's behalf.
Jennifer and Mark, meaning Leah's close friend Jennifer Lopez and her husband, the singer Mark Anthony. The couple agreed to go. In fact, here's a picture the paparazzi took when they arrived for the ceremony in Italy with J-Lo and Mark in the foreground and Leah there in the back.
I was hoping to get a picture like this, where I looked gorgeous and stunning, but instead I look like that.
In her new book, Troublemaker, there's a lot of color about the wedding, including the moment when Leah says Tom serenaded his new bride with "You've lost that loving feeling," echoing this famous moment from Top Gun.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
We're like, interesting song, sing to your bride.
You've lost that loving feeling.
But Leah says the 3-day affair, studded with stars from both inside and out of the church, was not all fun, sun, and song.
His wedding becomes a pivotal point in your relationship to the church.
She says at the wedding, where Miscavige served as best man, church officials took their Cruise adulation to a whole new level. She also says she was annoyed by what she saw as ham-handed efforts to separate her from her friend Jennifer Lopez by having them travel in separate vehicles and sit at different tables.
Parts of what went down at the wedding seem to be pretty...
Juvenile.
Yeah, juvenile.
Correct.
It may sound petty, but Remini insists this was not just a fuss over seating charts.
They were trying to extract me.
Why?
I could only assume because they wanted to make Jennifer a Scientologist. Maybe I was barring that road for them.
But what Leah says really bothered her at the wedding was something else. The fact that David Miscavige was there without his wife, Shelley.
Shelley was always where David Miscavige was. For such a big event, it was a wedding of the century. You know, it was like, where's Shelley?
You would ask church officials?
Where is she?
Where's Shelley? Get up.
Where is she? Don't tell me she been missing this whole time. Because Jenna Miscavige is looking for her. Where is she? Yeah, wouldn't it be crazier? Man, you hate to think the worst. It's like Umar the Oompa Loompa's mother, just hiding in the house for months, no one seeing her alive. But I mean, I'm just curious what they would do to him if they discover she's somewhere dead. I'm just curious to know if the FBI would come in and just whoop his ass and take him to jail. Seriously, what is this woman?
It's such a simple thing. It's a big wedding. The leader of the church is here, and his wife isn't. It's getting weirder because you're making it weirder.
It sounds like you started asking the question innocently, and then you were like a dog with a bone. You wanted to figure out what the answer was.
Well, yes, the church taught me that.
The church tells ABC News in regards to the wedding, every claim Ms. Remini has made is not only untrue, but ridiculous and stupid. For her part, Leah says what she saw was enough for her to take a radical step.
Their whole defense is it's ridiculous and stupid. It couldn't even be more intelligent sounding. You can't make this up. Where is Shelley Miscavige? Seriously.
She says she filed a wide-ranging knowledge report complaining about various church members at the wedding.
You left the wedding on a mission to save Scientology.
Right. I thought
That's
I
scary,
now
man.
see
They can't
where
find
the
her.
cracks are in our church. And it's David Miscavige. It's Tom Cruise. They were bringing Scientology down.
When we come back, Leah's rebellion has unintended consequences in a stark display of the kind of power Scientology allegedly has, even over its brightest stars.
Basically, they were just trying to get me to recant what I said, to apologize for ruining the wedding of the century.
Stay with us.
Ain't nobody stunk tongue.
2020 continues.
Welcome to the Mecca of Scientology.
I believe that.
2006, at Scientology's Flag Land Base in Clearwater, Florida, a city where the church has continually expanded its footprint. Here in this place where, as a teenager, Leah Remini had been a rebellious and ultimately failed member of Scientology's...
Yeah, that's so crazy. They never want to be on camera. But why are they outside? As if they own outdoors. That's so crazy. They always, when Tommy G went there, it was the same thing. It's like, why are you outside? But you don't want to be on camera. That's not how this works. There's no expectation of privacy. Take your behind inside that blue building. It is insane. the level of control they think they have. This whole cult is absolute madness.
religious order, the Sea Org, she had now come full circle.
I was sent to Florida for reprogramming for 3 or 4 months.
Even though she was now TV royalty, she was in hot water with the faith yet again.
From 9 in the morning till 10 at night. That is the hours that I kept while doing this, filled with some kind of reprimand for my horrible behavior.
Oh my
Leah had left the wedding of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes in Italy on what she calls a mission to save Scientology, writing a so-called knowledge report complaining about high-ranking officials. But to her dismay, she says she learned that numerous Scientologists had filed reports on her for being loud, late, and rude, upgrading her hotel room, and switching seats at the reception.
You were confronted with all of these knowledge reports written by other people at the wedding saying that you had behaved poorly.
Correct. That I had disrupted the wedding, that I basically destroyed the wedding.
Leah showed us this document, which she claims to be a knowledge report from Katie Holmes herself.
Can you read me some key lines?
Sure. It starts with, I was dismayed at the behavior of Leah Remini during the events leading up to our wedding.
Hold on. cult of Scientology. What the hell y'all gonna do? Y'all sitting here trying to control how people act. Oh, she switched hotel rooms. Oh, she switched seats at the table. What? So what? What law has been broken? And they don't even want you to be an actual. I guess they expect you to act like these aliens they believe in. You can't make this up. You don't get to dictate every move someone makes. It's ridiculous when you're not paying her mortgage. They paid no one's bills, and yet they don't want you to switch seats at a table. Funny how they do that. And they got the audacity to be tax exempt. They're not paying anybody's bills, but they want to control what people do. To switching seats? Am I hearing this right? Y'all, this is madness. I feel like y'all kiss my ass. Oh, the cult of Scientology can kiss my ass when they don't pay my bills. Are you kidding me? You pay no one's bills. Scientology is not paying anybody's mortgage. They just aren't. As a matter of fact, they want you to pay them as a penalty fee. Here's a tattletale record. Check this out. That's what I'm hearing. It's a letter where you have grown adults tattletelling on other grown adults. While we still can't find Shelly Miscavige. Where is she at now? No one should be paying them a tattletale fee until they find Shelly Miscavige. I mean, if the cult isn't going to pay your bills, might as well make some demands. This is madness. Do y'all see this? It's a tattletale list. Here's a list of things we want to tattletale on another adult about. What kind of report is this? This is mad. I'll be so mad. Can y'all imagine somebody doing this to you at work? Imagine your coworker sending a letter to your boss because you had to, switch seats today at work. Well, you decided to take a lunch break and you went out and sat down at the table and you crossed your legs. And they report that to your manager. This Cheryl went outside today for lunch and she crossed her legs. She should have to pay a fee for that. And they want to call somebody stupid. This dumb cult, it's so remedial, it's not even funny.
And our wedding. The behavior as a guest of friends was really upsetting.
Leah says she had crossed two pillars of Scientology. Tom Cruise and the chairman of the board, David Miscavige. And here in Clearwater, she was being taken to task.
Basically, they were just trying to get me to recant what I said, to apologize for ruining the wedding of the century.
Why didn't you just leave?
I wasn't ready to leave the church. You were giving up everything you have ever known and everything you have worked for your whole life. And so, yes, I said everything they needed me to say. And once I did that, I was free to go home.
By all appearances, Leah resumed her life as an active Scientologist.
There you are. What are you doing?
She continued taking church courses and doing her auditing sessions while the King of Queens ended its 9-year run in the spring of 2007. That fall, Leah says she wrote this letter to David Miscavige, apologizing for acting like a complete idiot at the wedding and saying, "I admire you for all you have done." But in her mind, she says the seeds of doubt had been growing, not just about the organization, but also about its cosmic theology. One example, back in 2003, when she says she reached a key level of Scientology's Bridge to Total Freedom, Operating Satan 3, a point at which she says key church secrets about the history of the universe are revealed. In this document, written by church founder L. Ron Hubbard, he tells a story about an intergalactic warlord named Xenu.
Who's Xenu?
There was some galactic confederation. There was a war, and there was a volcano, and they they took the spirits of people and they encased them.
You can't make this up. Talk about ridiculous and stupid. Okay, so picture this. Sicily, 1942. A Martian comes to Earth. And then it puts you in this casing made of honey. It puts you in a cocoon of a shell. And then somehow that Xenu wants you to not switch tables or chairs at a table at Tom Cruise's wedding. Scientology, then. You can't make this up.
To something, into a volcano, blew them up, and then those spirits are now inside of you, on you, in you. Like you were made up of these things.
Oh my God, go back. Oh, hold on. Go back. Y'all, this is all from a science fiction writer.
When she says she reached a key level of Scientology's bridge to total freedom, Operating Satan 3, a point at which she says key church secrets about the history of the universe are revealed. In this document,
History of the universe. None of these people studied the planet, stars, anything. They're not bringing in anything intellectual. Not at all. No historical context about, how many moon cycles of, existed. Like none of that. It doesn't even sound like they care about like, your zodiac signs or anything. No, they're talking about Xenu. They're just bringing in aliens from outer space. What the heck is this?
By church founder L. Ron Hubbard, he tells a story about an intergalactic warlord named Xenu.
Oh my God!
There was some galactic confederation. There was a war, and there was a volcano, and they bodied. They took the spirits of people, and they encased them into something, into a volcano, blew them up, and then those spirits are now inside of you, on you, in you. Like you are made up of these things.
When you read that, did you think this is true?
When I read that, I said, "This is some crazy."
So you thought it was crazy.
Oh, well said, Leah Remini. It's some crazy shit. Dumbest thing ever. They couldn't even keep it spiritual. They had to go Martian mode. Y'all, you remember the Martian they had on the cartoons with the hammerhead and he was in Space Jam and all? Yeah, that Martian. When you think of Xenu, you think of like a Xena, the male version of Xena, the warrior, goddess warrior. But at least that one's cool from a comic book. It's like this guy just picked up a comic book and said, you know what? I'm just going to create the male version of that. He was more obsessed with Xena. Is it Xena? Warrior goddess? Something like that? Yeah, he did the male version of that. Didn't that become a movie from a video game? Yeah, he just picked the boy version of that and just went with it. And he changed the A to a U, and that was it. Yeah, this is madness. He couldn't even Xena, the warrior princess. Exactly. He couldn't even be original with his Martian mode. If you're gonna go full-blown Martian mode, at least be original. And yet they have the audacity to call something ridiculous and stupid. All because Tom Cruise is still a thing. What the hell? Tom Cruise, you can kiss my ass. I don't give a damn. Oh, y'all can flood the chat. Tom Cruise can kiss our ass collectively. He pays none of our bills. None. His rich ass don't pay nobody's bills here.
You're laughing about it now, but you stayed in the church and kept moving your way up the bridge. So.
Right. Again, not ready to walk away. I've worked this hard to get there.
But that wasn't enough to convince you that
They're going to do a report on
So what am I doing? I'm leaving. I'm walking away from my mother? I'm leaving my mother? I'm never talking to my mother again?
The church would not talk about its advanced scriptures, but told ABC News that it is not unusual for a religion to have confidential scriptures and practices.
Oh my God!
While Leah struggled privately with her faith, she continued a cordial relationship with Tom Cruise, exchanging friendly notes like these in which Cruise thanks her for being such a great Scientologist. Leah did a short-lived stint on the CBS show The Talk.
I hate hearing people's dreams. I hate it.
Where she was dropped, she says, because she clashed with some of her co-hosts. A point the church highlighted in a statement to ABC News.
Yeah, I hate hearing people's dreams. So, Candace, no one gives a damn about your vision or dream. Y'all, Candace might as well be in this coat. At least, the imagination is close. She having dreams about dead people talking to her. L. Ron Hubbard had a dream about a boy-girl version of Xena, the warrior princess. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Of all aliens on Earth, that's the one that L. Ron Hubbard went with. Xena. And just turned it to Xenu. And let me guess, was it black or green or purple? Which one was it? Which color was it?
Saying Leah has a habit of blaming anyone and everyone for her problems and is constantly picking fights. But in 2012, another major inflection point in Leah's relationship with Scientology. Katie Holmes, who she says had written one of those knowledge reports against her, publicly left Tom Cruise.
Kiss my ass.
Leah says she felt vindicated.
Yeah, I said, where's my apology?
Well, here's one.
Kiss
Just
my
this
ass,
week,
Tom Cruise.
Katie Holmes wrote to ABC News. She neither confirmed nor denied writing that knowledge report, but said, "I regret having upset Leah in the past and wish her only the best in the future."
Do I get an apology from Tom, from David Miscavige? Do I get any validation from this church?
Leah says the divorce reignited a lot of her old anger about her grueling counseling sessions in Florida and about all the money she says she'd spent on the church for auditing courses and materials like these.
These are the awards
Yo,
that I
this is
received.
crazy.
She recently showed us trophies she says she received for giving $2.5 million to Scientology charities.
Whoa!
As her frustration.
What do they do with that money? Because they damn sure can't locate someone. Are they going to use this money to help find this Shelley Miscavige here? Because I highly doubt it. I've never known them to be philanthropic. What are they donating towards? They have communes for people to live on. They don't even want you to upgrade your hotel. Funny how they want you to pay them when someone sends in some life report where, it's a tattletale report for grown adults. Where they want you to pay them for switching seats at a table at a wedding. What the hell? What are they doing with this money? You can't make this up. And governments are scared of these people. Our whole government is scared of them. Really? The U.S. government is scared of Scientology, a cult that believes in Xenu, the boy-girl warrior princess. You can't make this up. Where Tom Cruise can still kiss our ass collectively. Tom Cruise, you don't pay my bills. I owe you nothing. Can't make this up.
Mounted, she says she decided to commit a serious infraction within Scientology. She went online to see what critics of the church were saying. She says she saw the reports of families who say they were torn apart by the church's practice of disconnection, the shunning of ex-members by friends and relatives still in the church.
I want this horrible practice of disconnection to end.
She says she also saw allegations by former top officials who say they were punched or slapped by David Miscavige.
I was heartbroken for myself, for my family. I didn't want these things to be true.
Scientology has adamantly and repeatedly denied that Miscavige physically struck anyone.
Hi, how are you?
Leah herself had long dismissed church critics, but now, in an abrupt about-face, she actually reached out and contacted Mike Rinder, a man the church views as one of its arch-enemies.
I mean, like, talking to me is like, sleeping with the devil.
By this point, Leah says she was becoming more and more assertive within the church on a very sore subject, Shelley Miscavige, who Leah says she still couldn't locate or contact. Leah demanded that church officials deliver this note to Shelley.
And I started to say, enough. And I said, where's Shelley? Where is Shelley? Over and over again, and I wasn't getting an answer.
She says the situation...
I would not be shocked if this woman was dead. I wouldn't be shocked. This is scary, how someone can just disappear. You got whole celebrities asking for her whereabouts. And this abusive, small feet little man named David Miscavige somehow can't locate his own wife and produce her. And there's no manhunt for her. Are you kidding? How many times has she been reported missing? No manhunt for her at all. The fans are not even looking for her. Our own government is scared of this stupid cult that believes in Xenu, the boy-girl warrior princess. Somehow something dropped in a volcano is now sucking souls out of people. You got to sign a billion-year contract where they still don't pay your mortgage. They're not paying your bills. They don't take care of you. And they're not searching for this person. They're not searching for Shelley Miscavige. Yo, we have literally, the entire country has gone to a standstill searching for people less known. And they're not searching for Shelley Miscavige at all. This is insane. This is crazy. A whole woman is missing for years. Lisa said she hasn't heard from her since 2007. Really? That's not. Can y'all imagine this? Not seen in public since 2007. That's madness. And all the people that are asking, where is she? There's no FBI manhunt for this woman. You can't make this up. To the United States government, we have an army. Scientology has one damn ship, and they're tax exempt. Make their ass start paying some taxes. They'll produce this person. Like, oh, y'all keep calling yourselves a church or whatever. You're going to pay some taxes, though, or you're going to get the hell on. This is nuts. This is nuts. They're worth 1 to 2 billion. Zero taxes. Because they call themselves a church. Now make them pay some taxes. They'll start finding some people. They'll start keeping their hands to themselves. Y'all, this is crazy. And yet they believe in aliens coming down and taking people's souls from a volcano. You can't make this up.
Came to a head when the church sent 2 high-ranking officials to her house. A visit that turned into an argument and then almost turned into much more.
One of them called her a name.
Yes. And I grabbed him by the collar. Yes.
What did he call her?
He called her a bitch.
Leah says she was finally ready to leave. The church says she was actually expelled for ethical lapses and claims she tried to stay. Leah denies all that. Either way, there was an enormous, emotionally fraught question lingering. Would her family disconnect from her?
I'm ready to walk away from everybody that I've ever known and cut ties with my own husband, my own mother, because you don't know what they're going to decide. Very often, my experience is people choose the church.
The church says disconnection is voluntary, but in the end, with the Reminis, that is not how it went down.
Did you ever have a moment of thinking, well, maybe I'll stay with the church?
Never. It was never a thought.
Even after dedicating decades of her life to the church, when her daughter decided to blow, that's church lingo for quitting, her mom, Vicky, left too. So did everybody else in the family.
How much did it mean to you that your family stood by you?
It means everything.
When we come back, Leah decides to go public, even taking her beef to the ballroom on Dancing with the Stars, and earning the ire of some of her fellow Scientology celebs.
When you decide to blanket statement that Scientology is evil, you are my enemy.
Christy Allen, girl. You believe an alien dropped down into a volcano and sucking souls out of human beings on Earth. Started with Xenu, the boy, girl, warrior princess. You can't make this up. Unbelievable.
2020 continues.
This is unbelievable. A woman is missing here.
Leah Remini speaks out.
She's leaving the Church of
Scientology.
Often controversial church, of course, that includes Tom Cruise, John Travolta.
In the summer of 2013, Leah Remini's very personal separation from her faith became a very public matter. At first, she kept her public statements to a minimum.
I'm good. I have my family. My real friends are behind me. And I think that says a lot.
The church's initial public response to Leah's departure was subdued. But then, Leah upped the ante dramatically by filing a missing persons report on Shelley Miscavige, who Leah says hadn't been seen in public.
Oh, yeah! Well done, Leah Remini. Well done. Oh, very nice. Yeah, see, that's how you do it. You know, because this cult is not trying to find someone that is married to this high-ranking profile person that believes in aliens. Xenu, the boy, girl, warrior princess. You can't make this up. This woman is missing. She's missing. And they're not even trying to find her. Where are the facts? Can you all grow a spine in the FBI and go find her? Tell Scientology to kick rocks, get on that ship, and get the hell on if they don't like it. What are we doing? A whole person is missing.
It's August of 2007.
It was sending a message to them that it's not okay.
The church's response to your action was to say, quote, the entire episode was nothing more than a publicity stunt for Ms. Remini.
A publicity stunt? I mean, I don't know
What's the stuff?
marking
Where is the woman
myself
at?
for whatever the church usually does to people who leave the church or speak out publicly is not a walk in the park. It's not fun.
The LAPD told us after we covered the story, quote, our missing persons detectives have met with the alleged missing person. Within the past 2 days, we consider the case closed.
They never told me that.
The open warfare escalated when Leah went on the ABC program Dancing with the Stars.
The church is looking for me to fail so that they can say to their parishioners, you see what happens when you leave the church? Like they're waiting for me to fail.
She says she chose the song Roar by Katy Perry to send a message. But celebrity Scientologist Kirstie Alley had a message of her own.
When you decide to blanket statement that Scientology is evil, you are my enemy.
I mean, I understand it. Anybody who criticizes the
Scientology is evil. It's a dumb cult, and a woman is missing that I fear dead. It's been how long since 2007? It's the year of our Lord 2026. It's been almost 20 years. I mean, you can't make this up. A whole human being goes missing. And she's sitting here talking about, oh, you're my enemy if you call it evil. It's evil. It believes in dumb aliens. What are we doing?
church is to cry that everybody's a bigot towards their religion and this is religious bigotry. And I understand the position they're in. I was in the same position. I said similar things about people like me.
Okay, so you're up there.
Just this week, with Leah guest hosting Dancing with the Stars, the church is ramping up its criticism.
So that is one of their main arguments, that you're just trying to stay relevant. Here, let me read you an example. Given Leah Remini's insatiable desire for attention, it comes as no surprise that for 2 years she has been incapable of moving on with her life and remains obsessed with shamelessly exploiting her former religion in a pathetic attempt to get publicity.
Yes, I agree with them. I wish I too could get over 30 years of this quickly. Unfortunately, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, that's so
when
crazy.
the church accuses you of being a deeply flawed person, doesn't that raise questions about the effectiveness of the church's own teachings?
Well, it's not a shining endorsement for the Church of Scientology to say that I'm deeply flawed after 30 years of reaching the upper levels of the church.
Would you like to see the church go away or just change?
It's a hard thing because I know a lot of them have been in for a long time and I know they're good people. It's the policies of the church. It's the parishioners that have power. It's the parishioners that actually could affect change by just not subscribing to it.
2 years out of the church, Leah says her life is now better than ever. That the ordeal has reinforced the bonds within her family.
What is that like psychologically to be with a church for so long, to have brought your family into it, and then to decide to leave?
Well, you know, I look back at it and I go, oh my God, there's a lot of years here. A lot of years that I could have been doing other things with my kids. But it's like I have to look at the present and not be in the past.
At the end, I mean, I don't regret what I've been through. I don't regret spending my life there because it really did teach me a lot. And because we've all survived it, we're all surviving it and living life. And it's kind of like we have a gift of second chance of life.
Oh, man.
And Scientology giving us this final comment, quote, "We are very happy that Ms. Remini is no longer in the church." Her book, by the way.
I'm sure Scientology that no one will miss you when you're gone. Please get back on that ship you crash landed on our planet from, and take Xenu, the boy, girl, warrior, princess with you. You can't make this up. And yet, they literally brush over the fact that she filed a missing persons report on an entire human being who is missing, and they don't want to even talk about it. Tom Cruise got all this money. He can't help find Shelley Miscavige. Get out of here. You can't make this up.
A Troublemaker goes on sale next Tuesday. You can learn much more about it tonight on Nightline. I'm David Muir.
And I'm Elizabeth Vargas. You will no doubt have a lot to say about tonight's program, so let us know on Facebook and Twitter. Use the hashtag ABC2020. And you can see more of Leah Remini herself Monday morning on GMA.
Y'all, this is awesome. This was the entire interview. This was, man, and this is pretty old. This is what this was posted up. This has to be older than 6 years ago. And then we're still asking, where is Shelley? Seriously. Where's this whole grown woman? Did she have kids? Does Shelley Miscavige have any children? I think I fear she's dead. It's been 20 years. If she has not been seen in public for 20 years, I fear she's deceased. This is crazy. So they taking people out. Y'all, this is so crazy. S-Files said, I was just saying, I think the public as a whole, when they think Scientology, they think celebrities and don't realize they are regular people stuck in there, and it's bad. Oh yeah, it's really bad. Tommy G has done, he went there. He's another YouTuber, content creator, has a huge following. He actually went there. And I did play his video where he went down and he did a couple interviews with people who were able to get out. We'll watch that this weekend. And he did an interview with Jenna Miscavige, and I do have her video lined up, Escaping Scientology. And we'll check that out tomorrow, because this is something else. This is something people need to see. This cult has people missing. Why they want to sit here and call people ridiculous and stupid, even though they believe in aliens, and they take human reports of tattletale, the tattletale reports. I'm a tattletale on you. How dare you, put Vaseline on your lips? Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I have never seen anything so, and they just gloss over the fact the whole person is missing. Someone that high ranking. So if they don't care about Shelley Miscavige being missing, just regular people who are not celebrities, like S-File said, you have regular everyday people who probably have to work. They, they're not celebrities. They're just regular people living their lives, stuck in this cult. Imagine how many people who are not celebrities come up missing. When you have the wife of the so-called CEO, president, or whatever, that has been missing for almost 20 years. And they don't even ask about her. And it took one brave woman to do a missing persons report just to bring traction to that. Imagine all the everyday people who aren't celebrities that could have come up missing. This is what happens with cults. People get hurt, people come up missing, people come up dead. And what's being done about it? Why are the feds so afraid of this cult that believe in aliens? What is the deal? Like, they believe in a Xenu alien that's encasing people in honeycombs or something. Who knows? I don't even care to get it right. It's a dumb cult. And the only reason why they call themselves a church is to be tax exempt. And for no other reason. That's it. They don't realize they can just be a church and still be able to give an account for people who are coming up missing. The lifts they go through to try to avoid paying federal taxes is absurd. And the IRS is like, yeah, it's nothing we can do about that. You kidding? Y'all paying taxes until y'all come up with these people that are missing. Until these people come up and we want to see them produce these individuals, or you're going to be paying taxes. We don't care. Kick rocks. You don't like it here in our country? Get out. That's how it should be. You don't like our laws and rules here? Then leave. The U.S. has an army. We have a full navy, a fleet. Why is the government scared of the Scientology cult? They have one ship. You can't make this up. We have Air Force, the Navy, the Army, the Marines, Specialized Forces. What are we doing? Absolutely insane, man. John Travolta is he still in it? Y'all, you can't make this up. Loud yourself. I saw Will and Jada. Manny said Will and Jada is in it. I saw Will and Jada in it. Josie said L. Ron Hubbard did not mean for Scientology to turn into a cult. I'm sure he didn't. But then he came up with that Xenu warrior princess thing. Or whatever it is. This is an alien. And then it just kind of went there. And now this I think the David guy is his nephew, right? It's his relative. The relative just takes it and runs off with it. And now it's a whole cult where they have nothing but tattletale reports coming through, and they make people pay for this. It's just so crazy. The commune thing is what gets me. It's the stapleton of a cult when it's a commune. Absolute madness. Did I see somewhere where they don't feed kids formula? Cheryl, is that what you said? They don't give kids formula? The babies? You can't make this up. Or breast milk. Is it breast milk? L. Ron Hubbard was a weirdo. Exactly. Was he a science fiction writer? Science fiction author. Yeah, this cult thing is something else. It's something else. So, if you guys haven't looked at the history of it, for those who are a little new to it or whatever, you can Google and look up the information. I call it a cult. It's a cult. I just don't see how this could be seen as a. I mean, even if they call themselves a church, that's what I'm saying. The IRS, the laws are so relaxed when it comes to being tax exempt as a nonprofit organization. They could exist as a school. They don't even have to go around and beat around the bush with it if they really wanted to be tax exempt. So the idea of them being a cult doesn't have to exist. They don't have to be cultish. That's my point. They could just say, hey, we're a nonprofit. But no. They rather have people come up missing. And then these celebrities sitting here talking about, you speak against the Scientology, you're my enemy. Girl, kick rocks, Christy Allen. Kick rocks. Aliens coming into a volcano. Girl, bye, Christy Allen. Kick rocks. You and John Travolta, Tom Cruise can still kiss our ass. Kick rocks. Kick all the rocks barefoot. The hell you talking about? Produce this person that's missing. A human being is missing. What's she talking about? Yeah, this is crazy. So I'll drop the link for Wikipedia in the chat for you all to look this up. You just can't make this stuff up. I had no idea Will and Jada somehow got into this. They would. Of course they would. Oh, Lord have mercy. And they wonder why these kids don't want to be around them. Like, it's so insane. I thought he was getting a divorce. Scientology is more of a pyramid scheme than it is a church. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, that too. And it's so crazy because if they're going to be considered a church or a nonprofit, they don't have to operate like that. But the fact that they do is just deplorable. Candace, are you in Church of Scientology? It seems like you would be a good fit. Candace is one of those ones where she'll be sending in reports on everybody. Yeah, today, Erica went to the hair salon and she got her hair done. Just want you all to know how horrible that is. Like, I can imagine Candace doing a tattletale report for Scientology. Candace, it's crazy where people look at you and think you're a good fit for Scientology. Candace is definitely Scientology member. She will make the perfect. Her and Tom Cruise would make the perfect Scientology members. Candace, maybe you and Tom Cruise should get married. He seems more up your alley. You can't make this up. George, he's still in the closet, y'all. They will make Candace divorce George for real. They like, you cannot have a gay husband. Or maybe you can. Who knows? They say John Travolta's weird like that. They say he's bisexual. Is it true? John Travolta. I've read too many reports of John Travolta being, having affairs with men as well. So maybe Candace can make the cut with George in tow. You don't have to divorce Candace. That should be good news for you. You can't make this. It's basically impossible for a normal person to reach the top levels of the church. Is it? How much money? Is it because they have to make them pay? You have to pay your way up there? Yeah, the fact that they make people pay when they could get reported for some penalty is beyond me. It's beyond me. Just call it tithe and offering. They don't even want to call it tithe and offering. You see how weird this is. Oh my God. Nancy Cartwright, voice of Bart Simpson, has already given over $20 million to Scientology. She's gross. Are you serious? Why are there so many celebrities in this? I don't even know if I want to call it a church. It's like a cult for the rich. Yeah, it's insane. Ron Hubbard was the only in the Navy for 4 years. Really? And he was a science science fiction writer. Author. He was an author. Good grief. What did he think he was doing? I guess like if he started this as a church, what did he really think was going to happen when he started talking about Scientologies and aliens and coming in with volcanoes and sucking out your soul? What did he really think was going to happen here? It's almost like, dude, what were you expecting? How did you not think this was going to turn into some cult? Because see, what you can't do is control, people's intent. You can't control other people's actions. And apparently they think they can just hide the fact that someone's missing. Like, this is crazy. Where did he really think this was going to go when you start invoking, UFOs and aliens and all this other... Are you serious? Like, the only way it could Dianetics. I mean, good grief. Dianetics, y'all. Ugh. So, never mind just God. They're not even turning to God here. It's more of like a, almost like personalities or something, except you can be controlled by some alien-like force. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's so crazy. You're only talking about celebs tonight. They are cash cows and treated better than all other departments. Child, I fear, like the S-File said, I fear for those who aren't as well known and don't have a lot of money, and they're stuck in this cult and probably want to get out, and they're subjected to more harsh treatment. I mean, I remember how Katie Holmes was treated and how reports were out that she was almost being held hostage in her own house. Tom Cruise didn't want her to go anywhere, do anything. It's insane. Now I see why he wasn't around his child. I wouldn't let him around my child either. Like, it's weird. Regular people have to suffer with this, y'all. Cow's milk is for cows. So weird. I can't wrap my head around this idea of replacing breast milk for babies. Exactly. Me either. Yeah, man, it's so sad. So they don't even want the kids to get breast milk. And they want to call Leah Remini ridiculous and stupid. You have people that are willing to take others' lives in the name of this cult. That's how you know it's a cult. I will never ever kill anyone because I go to a Baptist church. Like, I'm not gonna kill anyone over that. I'm just not. It's madness to think that someone should be missing or hurt or harmed or abused or have their life taken in the name of something else that does not pay your mortgage. Think about that. Scientology is not paying everybody's mortgage there. If you're living in a commune, you're getting the bare minimum. They can't even ensure that you're not going to live with roaches. It's insane. The idea of them passing or failing an inspection is a moot point because I highly doubt the city goes out and does an inspection on these buildings. They probably pay off the city officials because they damn sure act as if they have more power than the local police department. That's how ridiculous it is. Y'all, this is so crazy. Let's see. I saw the one story of a mom. They took her kids. She didn't know where they were, so she wouldn't leave without her kids. Wow. She did get her kids and escape, but it wasn't easy. You can't make this up. Cheryl said daytimes is what's glued to you till you go clear and give them millions of dollars. Yeah. See? Yeah, you stuck to an evil spirit of some sort until you pay it off. Like that's the nonsense of it all. None of this stuff is like, how are they helping people raising money? How do they help other people? How are they philanthropic? What organization is benefiting from Scientology? Unless it's something that they can control, and sending those tattletale reports to. Like, you can imagine, they trying to give to hungry kids in another country, but, if they do that, y'all got to make sure you tattletale to us, though. You got to tell us what your neighbors are doing twice a week. What do you mean? We're not going to give these poor kids food and clothes until you all send us a tattletale report once a week. We want to know what these other adults over here are doing. Why do you care? That's the level of control. That's what comes with these cults. It's the control. It's the power. It's knowing that you have this much influence over someone's life. Knowing that people can be missing and you feel you don't have to answer questions. That you can just lobby the government and somehow they don't bother you. I don't know why. A powerful sovereign nation is not sending out, people to go find Shelley Miscavige. What? You can't make this up. So, y'all, this is something else. Melinda says, with all of our government's technology, we can't send undercover people in there. Exactly. They act like they're afraid. They act like they're scared. The police are afraid of them in Clearwater. You can't make this up. It's so crazy. And Tommy G has the same sentiment I have. It's like, what are people so scared? Why are they so scared of them? The tattletale reports. People coming out and feeling like they can just bully. No, you whoop their ass a couple times, they'll leave you alone. It's unimaginable the abuse that they will bring upon you if you try to leave. And it scares people from trying to leave. And now they feel like they don't have to even give an account of a whole human being who has not been seen in public for almost 20 years. That's madness. That is madness, y'all. Madness. Yeah, the Thetans. There you go. Thetans. God. Pesky little creatures, aren't they? As far as Thetans, buggy little leeches. It's based on a sci-fi book written by a crazy man also. Exactly. All of this is sci-fi crap written by someone with a vivid imagination, but people are dying and going up missing for this, being abused over this. People are being abused over the concept of an alien taking your soul with no proof. It's like, I want proof that this alien exists. You just take a photo and show me a video of this alien doing this. I want concrete, clear water evidence. There it is. Give me some clear water evidence that this alien is here on Earth, occupying U.S. soil, taking someone's soul. I want clear water evidence. Yeah, we can all make it funny. Clear water evidence. Give it to me. Candace, they're going to come pick you up. I'm going to send them a tattletale report and let them know that Candace is talking about F you and midget horses you rode on. Yeah. Oh, make sure you all send Scientology a tattletale report on Candace. She's using profanity on TV. Using profanity on television, talking about midget horses and stuff. You can't make this up. Oh man. Since you never really have Thetans, they can have you trying to get rid of them forever. Exactly. They don't ever show any clear water evidence of it. Not a video, not a photo, not an image, not a nothing. Let's see these Thetans. Can you show me, like, let's go right out and get one. How do we collect these things? We want to see what they look like in person. They're not real. Got it. Leave me alone. Yeah, I really, Candace, we're gonna send a tattletale report to Scientology on you. You talking about F you and the midget horse you rode on. Y'all, she cusses like a sailor. Y'all didn't know that? That's what Candace, I know you watching, you heifer. This girl curses like a sailor. Every time she cusses, we ought to send them a tattletale report to Scientology. Candace, we're telling your church leaders on you. All the Thetans, the aliens, Xenu, we're telling them all. You can't make this out. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Here's a Men in Black movie hitting every now. Xenu is the boy, girl, warrior princess. I don't know if it's the same thing as the Men in Black alien, but they're probably very close. They might be related. They could be cousins. Oh Lord. Yeah, I think that's what L. Ron Hubbard had in mind. You know what? It's gonna be the relative of Men in Black. There it is. The War of the Worlds. Yeah, this is why Tom Cruise did War of the Worlds. As horrible as that movie was. He has so much passion in that because he actually believes it. He believes these weird ass aliens are gonna come down here, try to assimilate to humanity, suck our blood up, and then catch all our diseases and die. You can't make this stuff up. Oh Lord. Y'all get your letters ready. We're gonna tell on Candace all next week. We're gonna be sending tattletale reports over to Scientology. They're gonna be like, why are people sending us letters about Candace Owens? Candace, we're giving you to Scientology. We don't even care. They can have you, girl. I want to trade. I really want to trade. Here's a good one. Here's a fair trade. Scientology can give us Shelly Miscavige in exchange for Candace Owens. That's it. We won't even charge them anything. Just give us Shelly Miscavige, tell her where she is, and we will give you Candace Owens, George Farmer, 4 kids, and a midget horse. Give us Shelly Miscavige. That's a fair trade for me. I think that's more than fair. Can't make this up. It's sad, man. It's sad. You got people out here missing. It's the Independence Day hit different now. It does. Candace, you and the midget horses get ready. We're trading your ass in, girl. She can talk about, go there if you want to talk about Crisis King. They're gonna be like, wait, what? Xenu? That's not a Thetan. Don't come here with that nonsense, Candace Owens. We're not having it. We're giving Candace over to Scientology. Can't make this up. Oh my God. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Listen, tomorrow we're going to check out Jenna Miscavige's story. The niece of the leader, whose wife has not been seen in 20 years. That is absolutely ridiculous. You got people missing in this cult, and they don't even want to talk about it. It's crazy. They don't want a producer at all, or the other people that are missing, because she can't be the only one missing. If she's missing and she's the leader, wife of the leader, you know there are people who aren't, celebrities and high ranking that are missing as well. It's just insane to think this cult is all about people missing. It's crazy. So, y'all, I'm gonna see. Oh Lord, did I get the email? Cheryl, can you please resend me that email? If you can, let me know if I can just post up the baby photo. I don't see it. I don't see it in any email at all. What is going on with my email? Can I post her photo up? Can I do a post? She's so gorgeous. Oh, it was such a cute little baby. She had a little bow on and everything. It was so adorable. Why do I not have this picture? Oh God, Cheryl, just let me know if I got it. Oh, there we go. I had to go back to my downloads. Y'all, let's get this on. Oh, here's the baby. Y'all, how gorgeous is our LLC baby? I love her so much. She is my baby, Cheryl. But we will not dispute this. She's all mine. Y'all, say hello to our LLC baby. Her name is Naomi, and she's our little princess. We love her. Oh my God. If you've had a bad day today, look at this adorable baby. Oh my God. Y'all, look at that bow. I love her so much. Oh my goodness. Y'all, my kids are 18 and 14 this year. They'll be 18 and 14. It just makes me want to have a little baby all over again. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is our baby, y'all. Cheryl, she's all mine. You can't have her. Oh Lord. I have never seen the eyes. Oh my gosh. She's so gorgeous. She's like, feed me. Wait till she start eating some collard greens and some chicken, honey, and some macaroni and cheese and some cornbread. We're gonna feed her. You cannot make this up. There you go, Naomi Embry Bain. She's in California as of this week. I miss them so much. 1 month old yesterday. Oh my God. This is our LLC baby. We love her. Tell her she's already a celebrity, honey. Oh my goodness. So we're going to end it on this beautiful baby. Babies are adorable and they are a gift. And it's like miniature versions of us. Oh, we're still trading in Candace to Scientology. Y'all tell Naomi good night. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate all of you all and your support. Yes, more Scientology to come because it's something else. It's still a cult. And we are here to learn more. And hopefully, we'll shake some leaves on a tree. Ruffle some feathers around. I don't mind. Tom Cruise can still kiss my ass. And I want y'all to be good and have a good evening. Be safe. Stay warm out there. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out.